Have you ever stumbled upon something so unexpectedly perfect that it changes the way you look at everything? That's exactly what happened to me with Satisfactory. You see, I started my journey into factory games by playing Minecraft mods. Back then, I was obsessed with mod packs like Sky Factory, Project Ozone, and Stoneblock. I loved the endless possibilities. Each of these mod packs was unique but had the same concept. Whether you are in the sky with just a piece of dirt and a tree, or trapped in an infinite stone world, the concept was the same. You start with nothing and slowly automate your way to just about anything if you had the right machines and the required resources. But what if I told you that I had no idea that a whole genre of games was dedicated to that exact experience? That was until I discovered Satisfactory, and it completely blew my mind. So let's set the scene. I fired up Satisfactory for the first time, not really knowing what to expect. And what I found was nothing short of revelation. Imagine taking everything you love about building and automation, but cranking it up to a whole new level. But here's the thing. Satisfactory isn't just about building. It's about creating a living, breathing factory that's as much part of the world as the trees and rocks around it. It's about stepping into a world where each and every decision you make has an impact. And that's when I knew I was in for something special. Now you might be thinking, okay, so it's just another factory game, what's the big deal? But let me ask you this. How many times have you ever experienced the excitement of creating a massive 3D factory on an alien planet where each conveyor belt, machine, and structure is part of a complex system that you have built from the ground up? Satisfactory stands out because it combines the complexity of factory management with the excitement of exploration. Imagine navigating through lush forests, dry deserts, and mysterious caves, all while battling alien creatures just to discover a new resource or unlock a new technology that takes your factory to the next level. Since the game is set in a first-person perspective, it immerses you in the environment, making any new discovery and factory expansion feels incredibly rewarding. In Satisfactory, every little task, every resource you gather is part of a bigger picture. The resources may be infinite, but the nodes are limited. So efficiency becomes not just a goal, but a requirement. It's a bit like playing chess, except instead of pieces, you are moving conveyor belts, machines, and power lines. Each piece works in harmony to create a complex and efficient network that drives your factory's growth and success. Now let's talk about one of my favorite aspects, the power system. Now in most games, power generation is not a very hard mechanic to manage, right? But in Satisfactory, it's a game within a game. You start out simple, collecting leaves and sticks to fuel your biomass generators. But that becomes very boring very quickly, because the fuel burns fast and each time you run out of power, you have to search for bushes and sticks to refuel your generators. You can see why that will be boring after a while. But then things escalate. You discover coal, and suddenly, power generation finally becomes automated. Or does it? Well, here's the thing. Coal isn't just for power. It's also used for other components, including steel production, which is a key element in progressing further in the game. And that's where the balancing act begins. You have two options, using the coal to generate power, but then you wouldn't be able to make steel, or use it to make steel and run out of power. The game is about finding the right balance. It's like juggling, but with resources. And let me tell you, it's incredibly satisfying when you finally get it right. And just when you think you have mastered it, you unlock oil. And the game says, oh, you think you've got this? Well, how about a new challenge? Figure out how to balance fuel production with the need for plastic. It's a constant push and pull that keeps you engaged, keeps you thinking, and keeps you coming back for more. And let's not forget about the story. Well, let's just say it's more of a backdrop, a canvas, on which you paint your own adventure. You are an employee of Fixit, a corporation that couldn't care less about your existence. It only cares about the resources you send back. You are sent to exploit an alien planet and return the items that the corporate wants from you. Sounds awful, right? But that's the beauty of it. It's dark, it's funny, and it adds a layer of satire that feels so right in a game where you are literally stripping a planet of its resources. The story doesn't need to be in your face, because the game itself is the story. It's about the little things, like getting a message that tells you are damaging fixed property when you take full damage or poison. These subtle reminders add humor and immersion to your experience, making the world feel alive and reactive, all while letting you focus on your adventures and achievements without the story getting in your way. But what is the mission, you might ask? It's simple. Build, expand, and send resources back to Earth using the space elevator. And what if you get tired of constantly automating and building machines? Well, you can always sit back, relax, and just explore the beautiful alien world around you. There is no rush, no penalties, just the freedom to do whatever you want, whenever you want. And that's a story I can get behind. Now let's circle back to the big question. Why does Satisfactory stand out in a genre that's becoming more and more crowded? It's because Satisfactory nails the balance between being a sandbox and being a strategy game. You are given the freedom to create without limits, but at the same time, you are constantly challenged to think, to plan, to optimize. It's a game where your creativity and your brain power are your only real limits. And let's be real, there is something incredibly rewarding about overcoming those challenges. About looking at a factory you've built and knowing it's a product of your own hard work and creative mind. And with its shared dimension, there is always the added option of stacking factories above each other, making it incredibly difficult for two people to build the exact same setup, and ensuring that each player's creation is uniquely their own. Satisfactory isn't just another factory game. It's a rich and dynamic experience that combines factory management with the thrill of exploration and innovation. It's a game that took everything I loved about modded Minecraft and turned it into something truly special. If you haven't played it yet, you are missing out on one of the most immersive, satisfying experiences out there. But hey, that's just my opinion. What about you? Have you played Satisfactory, or is there another game that's captured your imagination in the same way? Let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. This video is a little different from my normal videos, so if you like it, don't forget to like and subscribe, it really helps me a lot. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.